Hi there, Kate McCoskey here with this week's First Covenant 411. Most everything you need to know about our lives together in almost no time at all. We have some really exciting things coming up in our lives together this August. It's hard to believe August is practically here, but that's what we want to be highlighting for you today in this 411 update for you. First, we're going to start by looking super far out to the end of the month with our all church retreat.
That's right. Our all church retreat is coming up at the end of August, August 27th to 29th. This view could be yours. Donovan DeGaetano snapped this picture when he was up at Covenant Pines last week speaking. This is what was behind him every evening at chapel. And just how beautiful is it? It's a relaxing view. It's a peaceful view. It's a renewing view, and it could be yours if you come up and join us August 27th to 29th at our camp, Covenant Pines. So here's what you need to know. It is going to be a fun week. We are so excited this weekend to be gathering together. There's opportunities for every age, every stage for connection with one another, connection with ourselves, connection with the Lord as we grow in faith and community and renewal together. We will have opportunities for all sorts of activities, everything from the giant swing to pontoon rides to relaxing time at the beach or walking around in the woods, time playing cards, learning how to play disc golf. Our very first annual Roger Quant Fishing Tournament is taking place this weekend. We're so excited. There truly is something for everything. If you want this to be a relaxing weekend, that's on the docket. If you want some activities, we've got that for you too. The Return of the Talent Show is coming back. We just want you to get there. We have beds reserved, cabins reserved, and we need you to come join us up there at the end of August. So here's what you need to know to join us. Our registration information is live on our website and in your email. And we don't want cost to be a factor to keep you from joining us. We want to really make this accessible for everybody. So we are requiring a non-refundable $75 deposit, but above and beyond that, we're inviting you to pay what you can. We have suggested rates for individuals and families, and for most of us, that's what we'll be able to pay. For some of us, we may find that we could actually pay a little bit more and be able to sponsor somebody else with some of our own generosity. And for others of us, it may be that we can't quite swing the whole family cost, but we can do part of it. So we invite you to pay what you can and get yourself up to Covenant Pines. So click on the links in your email or on the website. Come join us. This view could be yours.
But before we get to the all church retreat, we have a really important morning coming up for us on Sunday, August 1st. This is our congregational meeting and vote on our welcome and inclusion statement. So here's what I need you to know about this morning. It is a 9:30 worship service, and it is inside. We are going to be in the sanctuary that morning. We'll be welcoming our crop of new members into our lives. We'll be officially affirming and welcoming them in worship service that morning. It looks like there may be 17 new people officially joining our life in that way, which is truly something to celebrate. And then following the worship service, where we will be sharing in communion together, following the worship service, we will be taking the vote on this proposed inclusion and welcome statement. Now, I want to remind you, this is an in-person vote. If you want to vote, you need to be here in person. There'll be ballots. We'll be handing them out. We have all sorts of resources for you as you prepare for that vote, but you need to be here in person to make it. We'll still be streaming, of course, but if you want to vote, you need to be there in person. And then following worship, we will be having a reception to welcome and celebrate with our new members together. So as a reminder, Sunday, August 1st, big morning, 9:30 worship in the sanctuary, welcoming new members, sharing in communion. We will also be receiving that morning your pledge cards that you'll be hearing more about in worship this Sunday as we look at our Renew initiative. All this work that's replacing the boiler, doing the renovations in our lower level, all of those, and looking ahead to our budget for this coming year, all of that will be coming up, and you'll be bringing those cards with you on the 1st. So new members, communion, pledge cards, and of course, this important vote. So make sure that you've saved the date, and we will be seeing you there. Now, as we prepare for this vote, I hope that you are familiar with our webpage that has the inclusion and welcome statement on it, along with a bunch of other resources for you. Our final preparation time is next Wednesday, the 21st, with our congregational listening session. And this session is going to be a little bit different than all the others that we've done. And to tell you a little bit more about what that is and what it will look like, we've asked Pastor Ann to come and share a little bit with us today. So let's take a listen.
We have been grateful for those of you who've come on out to some of our listening sessions. We're grateful that we've had opportunities for members of our writing inclusion team and leadership team members to attend some of the life groups where great questions have been asked, concerns expressed, as well as joys and anticipation. But what we found is that there are some reoccurring questions that seem to be rising to the surface, that seem to be asked by a variety of people, so much so that we're thinking we should just have some answers for the congregation before we head into an August 1st vote. So I want to let you know that on Wednesday, July the 21st, I think we initially called it like another listening meeting. We're gathering together what I would call sort of the top 10 questions that we keep hearing over and over again related to our church, our future, how the inclusion statement impacts our future. We're coming to that meeting ready with some answers that we feel are relevant and important for our church congregation. We're also planning to have space to be able to listen more to you. But I wanted you to know that if you've got questions, especially related to our future, since that seems to be a common theme, please join us on July the 21st at 6 o'clock here at the church. We're going to do our very best to answer questions related to the future, even though we're not completely sure what those answers always are. But we feel like being together in community, asking these questions, listening to one another, that's just so vital for our future. I hope that helps you understand kind of our next step as we prepare for the August 1 meeting. Thank you.
So there you have it. It's an important time for us to be closing out our time together in July as we prepare for this really important day together on August 1st. And August, we have so many other good things happening in the month of August. We have Summer Splash and Creative Arts and Theater Camp for our young people. We have the continuation of the Out of Sorts book club, and we have just the Care for Creation book club as well. We have the All Church Retreat, which you've heard about. We have our final community cookout. And this space where I am recording right now, this lower fellowship hall area, I hope you didn't get too dizzy there, will be under renovation, which is the last thing I want to remind you and tell you about today. Is we have these 2 sweat equity days coming up that you've heard about from Pastor Mike and myself. This coming Saturday and then the following Saturday, the carpet's coming up, the ceiling's coming down. We are doing the work that we need to do to get this space ready for our contractors and our architects with Station 19 to come in and do their magic to transform this space, to make it functional, to make it welcoming, to get us into this next chapter of our life together. So stay tuned and then make sure that you are able to come help us as we prepare this space together. So there you have it. All this and more in your email, and we look forward to seeing you very soon. Caroline.